Here we are, about to start the new school term. We have all been working really hard to get school ready for reopening, and we cannot wait to see you next week. Some things will be different, but the thing that will remain the same is the warm Luckily House ethos and the community that we have, and we are all ready and waiting to welcome you. We thought it might be helpful to you to watch a short video showing you some of the routes around school that you will need to take depending on your bubble. Hopefully, it will make it easier for you when you arrive and make the routes familiar to you. We want to reassure you that we are all here to support you and to help you and to answer any questions that you may have. All important, we'll also show you how the dining room will work. Now, one of the things that will be a bit different when you come back to school is that when you walk around between places inside the building, we would ask that you wear a face mask. You don't have to wear a face mask inside your classroom, but when you're walking from place to place within the building, you will need to wear one. So please bring a face mask with you. You also need to bring with you a water bottle. I'd also encourage you to bring a good book with you and to have this in your bag every day, because we will be setting aside special reading time during form period, but I'll talk to you more about that next week. Now, I'll hand over to the rest of the team who will go through some important points with you.
Okay, hi everyone, Mrs. Gilding-Brant here. So we're really looking forward to having everybody back in school. It's been too long really, and getting back into school is going to be really good from both an academic point of view, but also from a social perspective. So I'm going to talk to you really quickly about the pastoral side of things. And first and foremost, I want to remind you that the pastoral care that we have here is absolutely the forefront of our ethos and something that we hold really, really close to the heart of our school values. So we'll continue to have the excellent pastoral care that you've had before. The well-being and happiness of all our pupils is very important. This approach will continue as we embark on this new term. So firstly, to let you know that there's your form tutor, which is the first point of contact. This person's going to be a constant in your time at Luckily, and because you'll get to see them every morning and every afternoon during that form time and registration. So please speak to them if you have any concerns whatsoever. Following on from that, we have our dedicated team of heads of year. Unfortunately, your head of year would have moved up with you through the school, so you have exactly the same person that you had last time. So please make sure that you speak to them as well, and they'll be there as well to make sure that everything is going to be okay. We also have a dedicated team in our health centre, and we now have a school nurse who will be in place throughout the whole day, which is great. The procedure for going to the health centre will be explained to you by your form tutor when you come into school, as there have been some changes made in order for the school to be a COVID-safe environment. We also have our school counsellor Emma, who will be starting in the new term too. If you'd like to speak to her, then please come and speak with me first, and I can arrange for that to happen. And of course, I shall always be here for every single pupil at Luckily House School, so if you want to come and speak to me, please do. But actually, you can speak to any member of staff at Luckily, whether it's a teaching member of staff or a non-teaching member of staff. We're here for the pupils of Luckily, and anybody will be happy to hear any concerns that you have. So please feel that you can speak to anyone. So once again, we're really looking forward to having you back in school, and I hope that you have an amazing term, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you. So thank you very much.
Hi guys, welcome back to a new term in a COVID-friendly school. So in our COVID-friendly school, we're all in bubbles, and one of the key things we need to make sure doesn't happen is that no one goes into anybody else's bubbles. So it won't surprise you, Year 12 and 13, our new Year 12, our new Year 13, that you will be here in the Luckily Sixth Form Centre for pretty much everything that you do. So all of your lessons will be in the new classrooms upstairs or in A1 and A2, unless they are specialist classrooms. By specialist classrooms, I mean things like science and music and drama and art and all those sorts of bits and pieces. So if you're doing those lessons, what you will need to do is you'll need to be really careful when you leave the Sixth Form Centre and go to those lessons without going through the rest of the school. Now I know that's going to be difficult, especially if it's raining, but please bring a coat, bring an umbrella, whatever you need, to make sure you don't go through the middle of the main part of the school, because that will be breaking the bubbles and we can't afford to do that. One or two other things that you need to know, obviously with the new COVID rules, coffee and tea and the kitchens and those sort of things have to be out of bounds, I'm afraid, until this thing passes. But just to let you know, we will have a member of the catering department in at break time to serve you coffee. So just enjoy that privilege as a sixth form. The only other thing to say is when you go over to the dining hall, you'll need to go round the back and come through to the dining hall through the back door of the dining hall next to the Jubilee Gardens, the gardens in the quadrangle there. And we have activities going on at lunchtimes as well. So look out for the activity programme and also for the times in which you are allowed in the dining room. I know it's one of those things where sixth form used to be able to go in and queue up at any time. Unfortunately, that would mean breaking bubbles, and we're not allowed to do that at the moment. We're really looking forward to welcoming you back on Tuesday, and we're also really looking forward to getting back to some sort of normality once this pandemic passes. But in the meantime, we'll do our absolute best by you. Year 12s, you know you're already miles ahead in your lessons. Year 13, you are up to scratch with your lessons, and we're looking forward to a really good year and welcoming you back on Tuesday. Cheers, guys. See you then.
Welcome to the lovely dining room. I'd like to walk you through a few changes to the way we dine. Step 1. You will be brought to the dining room and queue via the normal doors, and upon entry you will be asked to sanitise your hands on the sanitising station. Once we have entered the dining room, we will queue in the usual way, and as far as possible we will maintain social distancing. Face masks at this point should always be worn. Once we reach the hot plate, a member of the catering team will get your plate for you. At this point, there's no need to take a tray like we used to. We will then proceed down the line where the variety of lunch will be on display for you to choose, and the lovely ladies behind the counter will help you with your choices, and they will hold your plate for you. You just point and select your choices as you move along the dining or along the hot plates in dining room. Once you reach the end, they will already have prepared for you a tray with your dinner. They will place your dinner on, and it will already have your cutlery and some water. You then just need to select if you would like any condiments or sauces, which one of the catering team will pass to you. You can then take your tray with everything you need for lunch and find somewhere to sit. Once we find a place to be seated, we must all sit facing the same direction, and we can sit and enjoy our lunch and chat with the people we're sat with. A member of the teaching staff will be around to assist you with this and help you find a place to sit. Once your lunch is finished and a member of the teaching department have said you can leave your seat, you then pick up your tray with all your dirty cutlery and condiments on and move to one of the clearing stations. Once you arrive at the clearing station, you place your tray onto the trolley, pick up your plate and remove your food into the food waste bin, like this. Pop that back there, and any of your rubbish that is general waste into the general waste bin. And then you take your tray, pick your tray back up and come here, place your cutlery into the sanitising bucket, stack your tray and stack any plates in the correct pile. You then sanitise your hands and you'll be directed back to your classroom.
Hopefully this short video has helped you to become familiar with the routes that you're going to be taking and with how some things will work when you come back to school. I really look forward to meeting you all and seeing you next week.